following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
I am fired up, believe it or not, today.
Really?
Yes. You want to know why?
Sure.
As disappointing as yesterday was, there's so many things to be thankful for.
Okay.
We all got out of bed for one, right? We're all alive. We're breathing.
Amen.
So it's not the end of the world. The weather's nice in Texas right now.
You're deflecting, I think.
And I am going to Mexico. Hey, January, here I come. Weekend before the Super Bowl, southbound.
You know, in the neighborhood, you normally hear that when a dude can't pay his bills. Hey, it's more in life than money.
You know who says that? Broke people. Because I've been broke my whole life, and I've always been like, you know what? Money can't buy you happiness, but it sure can make you have a lot of fun while you're miserable.
Sure is a good down.
Wow,
great way to open up the show, Shannon.
What the hell happened yesterday? Okay, all right. I think we probably all agree there is more than one thing wrong with this team. There are more than three things wrong with this team. But I want to know. We'll leave Kurt for last because he's probably still thinking. I want to know your top three things that concern you the most, or top three things that you think are wrong with this team before we start the show. Nate, we'll start with you. What are your three biggest concerns?
Focus.
Okay.
Focus. I'm saying write it down.
Focus. Okay.
And focus.
And focus.
Focus.
All right. So Nate's focus.
Yeah, that's my three biggest
All right,
things.
Jesse, what about you?
My three biggest things will be, I would say, poor coaching.
Okay, coaching.
I would say poor preparation.
Preparation. Okay.
And players aren't showing up.
All right.
Kurt? That's a mixed bag of signals there. Wow.
Kurt?
I was thinking coaching as well. I think there are obviously some issues there. Execution, which may go to focus.
Okay.
And we'll get better at that.
Yeah, I imagine. And then I don't know. I don't know how to put it. I don't think it's a matter of hard. I think they want to play and they want to win, but it just the way they're coming out so
arrogant.
Maybe I read the press clippings. They're coming out unprepared or something. It's like these slow starts are killing them. I don't know how
calculated all of our decisions are.
I don't know for sure what that is.
All right, so slow starts, preparation,
energy,
I don't know
whatever that may be.
It kind of like you acting right now, right?
Me?
Yeah.
How am I any different than any other?
That's what I'm saying. You acting like they acting like. Well, I don't know what it is.
But I bring it.
Tell them, Kurt. You can't say what I bring. Tell them, Kurt. I ain't gonna give you no foul. Man.
Tell them, Kurt.
It's funny though. You got me. I'll give you one.
All right. That's what the show's going to be about today. We had imagine that. I had no plan coming into the show.
Okay.
But that's I wanted to see, because obviously what we're hearing from the fans is coaching. That's the big thing.
Right.
And then, everybody, I think, has something that's wrong. And I think there's a little bit of right in everything that everybody's saying. The D-line can't get going. Now your secondary looked busted yesterday. Your O-line looks beat up because they are injuries. And everybody's saying injuries are no excuse because everybody has injuries. Your quarterback doesn't look good. Zeke finally looked good. Just guess what? They threw him 6 balls, and I think he caught 5 of them. So you got your wish.
And that's why I know.
And Jordan Lewis got on the field and got a pick. So you had a good game yesterday.
My theory, and I can add on to my theory, but this ain't the time. But everything, and the reason I just sum mine up in one word. Jesse hit on it with coaching. Yeah. He hit on it with some of the things he said.
I think the words focus that you said, everybody, a little bit of everything that everybody's saying is focus. So tell us about what do you mean by focus?
Coming out and I'm just going to go coming out and dropping passes at the beginning of a game. Coming out, running. We had a couple of guys in the game where you saw Dak threw the ball with great confidence, but it wasn't a receiver there. Not being on the same page, lack of communication. You get a first down. You over there celebrating, but they hit you in the head with a flag because you line up and cover the tight end. The first drive, the first touchdown they got, you had 4 penalties contributing to putting them on the first, to a first and goal. I mean, the first time they scored, it was 4 major penalties on your part that puts them. They didn't do this. You did it. That's a lack of focus and not knowing where you're at and playing situation. The coach believed that it's nowhere in the world that you can drive 92 yards in less than a minute. He don't believe this. But in one play, you give up a 92-yard bomb, not knowing where you at on the field, not understanding what can happen here. So those things, along with this falling on Jason Garrett's watch. One thing we've never been able to say about Jason Garrett is his players they're not focused. I've never heard us talk about that, just beat it in the ground. They're not focused. And this has happened 2-3 games in a row. That falls on the coaches. That falls on the leadership of your team. I'm talking about Jason Witten dropping passes. Zeke dropped one late. Your top receiver, one of your top receivers had 3 drops. This ain't got nothing to do with backup players. You wish you could say our 2 tackles cost us the problem. That was the least of your problems. They was blitzing up the middle, around the edges, everywhere they wanted to. The 2 tackles was the least of your problems.
And I focus absolutely. And here's kind of where I think your point comes in, Kurt, and Jesse, your points when it comes to the coaching. You can fix 1 or 2 things. If you're bad one or 2 areas, you can get that back on track. It seems like everything has holes in it right now, and that ultimately, whether it's the focus, whether it's coming out flat, whether it's,
lack of focus right there, coming out flat.
Yeah. All that ultimately, like you said, is on the coach's watch, and it's up to if you are the head of a department and your department's underperforming. Yeah, there's people that aren't doing their job to their full capability, but that's on you to get them
Derek
focused.
Coming to you.
Right. But they're on your watch, and ultimately you're held accountable.
Right, and the guy over Derek, they coming to Derek like, Derek, what's up with this group?
So that's where we're at right now. It's got to be, I think the biggest piece of all this, you got to look at coaching because he's ultimately responsible for all these mistakes.
There's no question about that.
This team is a fraud.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Okay.
Boom.
And it starts with the head coach. You knew coming into – see, we get secondhand information, right? So-and-so is probable. So-and-so is doubtful. So-and-so may play. So-and-so may not play. A head coach every single morning, there is a meeting. Most of the times, Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones are in that meeting. Will McClay is in that meeting. The head coach is in that meeting. The training staff is in that meeting, right? They have one every single morning, and it's a list of injuries, personnel, things that are happening that go beyond the football field.
Near and far.
Right? Everything goes on in this. Every day they have one of these meetings. And this is the tone setter of how you put together your plan for the week. You knew coming into this game, Lyle's going to be out this week. You knew that Monday. It's a very good chance Tyron might not play. You knew that Monday. Amari's dealing with quad. We're going to see how the weeks go. Give him some time off. We'll see how the weeks go. So if you decided that throughout this entire week that you were going to go into this plan of hopefulness, that I hope this player plays, and I hope that player plays, and if they don't, then we'll see what happens from there. That is piss poor management. You cannot, absolutely not go into games with this type of mentality. You talk about what happened over the last 3 weeks. Once is a mistake. 2, it becomes a trend. 3, it becomes a habit.
Yes, sir.
Okay? This team has had a habit the last 3 weeks of coming out unprepared, uninspired, lack of energy, lack of focus. That ain't a mistake no more. It's 3 weeks in a row. That's a habit. That's 21 days. It says it takes 21 days to build a habit.
Sir.
7-7-7 last time I checked was 21 days. This team has formed a bad habit, and the head coach has not stopped it. Now, I don't know what they're doing as far as how they're going to call this thing offensively. Greg Williams has been in the National Football League as a defensive coordinator since 1997. I ain't the greatest in math, but that's 20-something years.
He got fired for 3.
Okay? He's been a head coach. He's been a defensive coordinator. His entire career, he has been known to do one thing and one thing only. Bring the nasty. Mm-hmm. He has been known to blitz left, blitz right, blitz down the middle, blitz your mama, blitz your daddy. And you mean to tell me you weren't prepared for that? You mean to tell me you went to a football game and said, we're playing against a defensive coordinator. His whole career has been built on him being a blitzing defensive coordinator. And you have nothing in the game plan to combat that? No screens, no quick passes, nothing? And you go in there with 2 backup left tackles? That is, again, management at its worst. And then you wonder why these players are coming into this game lethargic and lackluster, because they're looking at this game plan that you're handing them, and they're watching their film, and they're saying, this ain't going to work. This ain't happening for us right now. And then you get into this game, and all of a sudden you want to run the ball on first down. They said it. They said, we knew what they were going to do. They ran the ball 17 times on first down for 50 yards. Right up the middle. Right up the middle. What are we doing here, fellas? You can't keep. At some point, we brought Genius Boy Wonder in here because, as Jerry Jones said, we're not paying him for his lack of experience. Yeah. We're paying for his lack of experience. Well, that was a bad bet. That's turning into a bad bet. Because now what you have is you have a young player who really doesn't have any skins in this game, really doesn't have any strength in this game, and you have a head coach who is hanging on a wire with no contract or nothing. You're saying you're going to let this young boy come in here and have this opportunity to call these plays with my job on the line? That game had everything. That game was everything written Jason Garrett. And even you ran the ball. Zeke had 105 yards rushing. He had 35 at half. And most of the time, a good defense coordinator is going to say, if they want to run the ball down 18 points, so be it. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, please. Run the ball. Please, we'll tackle you. Tick, 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 tick. Run the ball. So give Zeke all those yards you want. That's another in-game management issue that we've seen. And then all of a sudden, you want to come to the end of the game and now speed things up and hurry things up. Nobody's not buying that. You got down to a team who was 0-4, who in this game, and I get it, you get Sam Darnold back. I get it. I understand it. They didn't have a rushing touchdown. They didn't have a passing touchdown all year long. And you get in this game to an 0-4 team, and I don't care if you got injury. That's a bad football team. And they worked you.
Nate raised his finger.
This is what bothered me. And normally I try to stay away from coaches, but this is what bothered me. And you have a guy that hasn't played football in a month. And if you want to change the way your defense was playing, the way they was thinking, it isn't a play they couldn't have ran, and I wouldn't have been blitzing. That's 2 things that I think if I'd have opened this game up, they showed the body armor this kid was in.
Yeah.
I would have been blitz. I'd have went back and watched Greg Williams films and say, I want some of his blitzes because you will not stand in this pocket. And they did not touch him, aside for a sack. They did not touch him the whole first half. He stood around comfortably. It's nowhere in the world. That's where it bothered me as a ex-player saying, Coach, look at your defense. You're not getting there. Let's do something different to upset this kid. He's only played maybe 16 games in this league. I didn't understand that.
338 yards he threw for. Sam Darnold.
Mm-hmm. And one was a big 92-yard.
Yeah, one big chunk.
Which was – Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You want to follow that up?
Oh man, I don't know.
There's
a lot of fire.
What bothers you about the coaching? That was your number one.
What they've been saying. I mean, it seems they're being out-coached. Like the game plan isn't working with their players and what they have.
You know what? My question to y'all is, am I being too critical if I'm saying you haven't played in a month as a quarterback in this league, and you have not played over 20 games in this league? You have had a swollen spleen, and I know this is ugly what I'm about to say. Your spleen has just got back to normal, so we can say that you can play. You don't blitz this kid?
Well, I think the most telling thing about that is they talked to Darnold in the locker room after, and he said they did what the Cowboys do. They had single safety.
Single high safety.
Look at this, man.
Single high safety.
Single high safety. So we knew.
He at least got a star for hustling.
So to your point, Nate, you got a guy that's played maybe 16
games.
games.
Just standing there, man.
Maybe played 16 games in this league, and he can even sit there and go, "This is what they do. We knew what they were going to do." So at what point do you change things up?
Let me ask you this.
Or do you have the personnel to change things up? Because all we've heard...
It's the same defense we had last year, the top 5 defense in the league last year, right?
All you've heard is we got the players. So if everybody's saying we've got the players, at some point, what don't you have? It's either the game plan, the schemes...
And they all connect to one thing.
Right.
Your coaches... See, I try to see things... I try not to be emotional. Jesse,
you do a good job on the show. Jesse, on the other hand,
he's trying not to be emotional, but his voice rises.
Passion.
I don't have passion because if I let my passion, me and Broadus will have fights on Sunday. A lot of times I go in and try to laugh and have fun.
Just to calm yourself down?
Just so me and Broadus won't go at it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because Broadus, man, he be hot. He be boiling. And so I'm like, you can't have two idiots in the room.
Right.
Something bad
somebody has to. Somebody has to balance
I ain't
it
gonna
out.
lose no fight to Broadus. I promise you. I'm not, because I believe in picking up things. Even though I'm big and fat, I believe in picking up things. I want to win. But anyway, I believe this. It's been a couple of times in my career where games have been clear to me. And y'all tell me, if you go back and look at this film and you see where your defensive line cannot get to a subpar offensive line, get through them to a quarterback that has not had this. And I'm not saying you got to have great experience to play in this league, but I would not have been comfortable. I would have had him thinking about, okay, I can't get my feet set. Then I would have him thinking about his spleen and everything else. Me personally.
And their offensive line is not a Pro Bowl caliber line.
This is the funny thing about it. We had a guy on our show on the local radios. We had, hey, Rich, what's up with this offensive line?
This was the guy that's like their Nick Eatman or their David Helmer that brought us in New York, right?
He started laughing. He said, man, this offensive line, they mean well, they old, and they broke down. The center, he's been a great guy. He's been a great guy, but he doesn't have it anymore. He said, man, y'all should have y'all way with this team. Brother, we didn't feel this guy for a sack.
What were you saying earlier?
Well, my question is, I think we all kind of believe that Garrett has his fingerprints on this offense, and he's an offensive guy, but he's never been a defensive guy. Is it Chris Richard and Marinelli that we should get? Because the defense has been bad these last 2 weeks in particular. I mean, how much influence is Garrett having on that?
I don't think much. I don't think much. But again, it comes down to, see, when you look at what Chris Richard was able to do with the Legion of Boom, right? We just watched that play for Robbie Anderson. I guarantee you, the Legion of Boom in their prime, Earl Thomas intercepted that. Without a doubt. I have no doubt in my mind that Earl Thomas plays in the center field, intercepts that. There's no Cam Chancellor roaming back there. There is no Earl Thomas. There is no Richard Sherman. So you're trying to run a scheme with players you don't have. So at some point in time, you have to be able to adjust to the scheme. You have to adjust your scheme to the talent that you have. That is coaching 101. A coach is nothing but a teacher. A teacher stands in front of the classroom, and I have a curriculum that I have to teach. Now, I have to find a way for this entire classroom to learn what I am teaching in order to take these tests. Everyone doesn't learn the same. So I have to adjust my teaching so that people pick up the information. The same thing applies on the football field. You got to change your teaching to the scheme of the players that you have. You can't run things the way you ran things in. There is no Bobby Wagner here. There is no Bruce Irvin here. There is no Earl Thomas and Richard Sherman and Cam. Those guys aren't here, and they ain't walking through the door no time soon. So if you keep trying to line things up, especially after now a league has come in and had a year to see what your scheme is, then now you're setting yourself up and you're doing the players a disservice because you're saying, like Jimmy Johnson used to say, why you got that boy doing that? Why is Jeff, and I get it because Le'Veon Bell comes in motion, you want the more athletic Xavier Woods to be down there covering him if he runs a route. Why in the hell do you have Jeff Heath playing center field? You set him up. You set him up for failure. You put him in a position for him to fail. That's bad coaching. When you put players in position to fail.
How many seconds was left?
Huh?
How many seconds was left for that 92-yard? How many seconds was left?
Oh, it's like 3 something.
It was enough time in there.
See,
and you have to know whenever you get this is just common rule in the National Football League.
But it all happened in 17 seconds.
17 seconds. When you get a turnover, whether it's a turnover on downs, an interception, a fumble, whenever you get that, it's almost common law in the National Football League. Here's where we take a shot. It's almost common law. Anytime you get a turnover within the next play or two, we're taking the shot because we've now gained a possession.
You shouldn't have had the ball, right?
Right. So now it's here. We have to capitalize on this.
Playing with house money. Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, we'll punt it back. So you had to know in your thought process, a shot's probably coming between now and the next 2 plays, and you got beat on a stop and go, on a stutter and go.
See, and I don't want to overstep my bounds because I don't understand it the way Jesse does, but I'm not pressing. I'm so far back to when that double move come, I'll be like, that ain't working.
They were in cover 3.
But I'm saying they were in
cover 3. You can't get beat on cover 3. On cover 3, you have the third of the field. I mean, from where you're standing to infinity that way.
Right. And that's what I'm saying.
You can't get beat on a stop and go in cover 3.
That's what I'm saying. I'd have been so far back to I'd have been like, dog, that ain't working. And besides that, I'm going to get this ball. That's what I'm saying. How do you know that where you at and what you're covering, it's all on you. So me, I'd rather take a chance on I can come up and tackle you better than I can get you if you get past me. And that's, do the players understand the down and distance, the situation? We cannot give up a big play because 2 things the coaches said. Jason Garrett saying, okay, we may not score here, we may not get the first down, but our defense, and we'll still have great field position. That's how he was trying to play it. Now a lot of guys say, like Broadus, I'm telling you, before it even happened, he said, get the points, go for 3. So it ain't like he waited till it happened. Just like a lot of people saying he should have went for it. Well, Broadus was saying that. Me, I was saying, no, he believed in his defense. He believed that ain't no way in the world these boys going to march down this field without us helping them like we did before, that these guys going to even score. We'll get the ball back and be in position for a field goal. That's how Jason was thinking. Well, guess what? Was this still in the first half?
Yeah.
They was just rolling over in the bed because they wasn't woke yet.
And we about to roll over into a break, and when we come back, we are going to make you feel even better about this Cowboys loss versus the Jets. On Hangin with the Boys.
Your new apartment's big. Such a great deal.
It's okay.
Just okay? What's not too...
It's right above the subway!
Well, I bet you don't even notice it after the...
That's my neighbor, Angus.
A deal that's just okay is not okay. Get a great deal with America's Best Network. Come into an AT&T store and learn how to buy one smartphone and get a second one on us. Based on GWS 1 score, September 2018.
Now's a good time to tell you that SeatGeek is the new source of tickets for all your football needs this season. SeatGeek makes managing tickets easy, whether it's buying or transferring to a friend. They even tell you the best deals for every game based on their deal score technology, which rates every seat on historical data, price, and location. Download the SeatGeek app on your phone and take $20 off your first purchase using code Dallas at checkout. SeatGeek. Life's an event. We have the tickets.
Work the Cowboys way and channel the winning business tradition of the Dallas Cowboys and the Jones family at Formation. This dynamic workspace provides an elevated work experience on the Star's aspirational campus with exclusive membership options available to meet varying needs. Choose from open workspaces, dedicated desks, and private offices to leverage our home field advantage for your individual business success. Limited memberships are available now, so apply today at formationatthestar.com.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Open up and
And what's going on? Hello. Oh, hey. We're back.
No.
Sorry, we're watching some guys get burnt. We won't call them out
Can y'all
right
call
now.
the unit? They said they got lost. The ambulance got lost trying to get to
Kurt.
Yeah. Oh, it's me.
Speaking of fire.
Pick your plays, not your wedgies. Tommy John is the most comfortable underwear on the planet and comes back by a non-wedgie guarantee. If you suffer a wedgie in your Tommy Johns, they'll give you your money back. Shop exclusive Cowboys underwear at TommyJohn.com/Cowboys for 20% off your first order. TommyJohn.com/Cowboys.
20% off.
Yes.
All right. So we got through Nate's first focus. Kurt's coaching, Jesse's coaching. Let's go to Nate's second focus.
Which would take us straight to Jesse. Really, because what did you say his second one was, Shannon?
Preparation.
That's where they lost focus in that. When your preparation cannot take you onto the field, so preparation helps you be successful, especially if you try to have successful preparation where you understand what you're looking at and know what's going on and understand the logic around you of why you're doing what you're doing. Now, do the players understand what the coaches want? And more importantly, do the coaches understand that when a player can't do what you want, what is your preparation for that? It's got to be a lot of moving parts. And one thing Jesse said, and this is one thing Marinelli is supposed to be known for, is he can teach in a lot of different ways so that you may receive this game plan for your preparation. But I'm going to let Jesse speak on it, man. I mean, it's a lack of focus all the way around.
I think when it comes to preparation, and I'm not putting it on Dak's shoulders, but this is the point in time when we come for a player like Dak when I need you. This is where I need a little more Romo out of you, a little more Breeze out of you, a little bit more Brady out of you. I need you to overcome coaching. I need you to know this plan so well. I need you to be so dialed in to what the playbook is. I need you to be so dialed in to what the personnel is, to what the defense you're going. I need you to be so locked in is that when they call that crap into your headset, that you go, we're not running that.
But how many quarterbacks in this league do that? How many of them go against their coaches?
A lot more than you think.
The good ones.
Mm-hmm.
And
now, is that something a coach can coach you? Is that something your quarterback's coach goes behind the head? Because I don't think a head coach is going to come to you and go, change the plays when you're smarter than me.
But no. It's about any good coach. Well, and Nate has alluded to this several times. When you come to the sideline, what is the first thing they ask you?
You go, hey, what do you see?
What do you see?
What do you see?
What do you see? I'm standing on the sideline or I'm up there. You're looking at it. You're looking at it right now. What did you see? Right? Because sometimes the guy in the sideline, the guy in the booth, he ain't always right. And it's upon you, the leader. You are to be the coach on the field. Your job is to get your team in the best position possible. In the later years of Tony Romo, he was changing about 50 to 60% of the plays. Legit.
Mm-hmm.
Legit. Play would come in, he gets to the line of scrimmage, check, boom, 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 check, changing it. Because I'm seeing it. And this is Jason Garrett, so it's not like it's a coach that will be unfamiliar with a quarterback changing plays at the line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting I'm getting my team in the best position possible. So this is where when I look at Dak and you want the 35+ million, this is at times where you have to overcome certain things and say, that ain't quite gonna work. Not right now. Maybe shift to this. Maybe motion to this. Maybe audible to this. The good players, the good quarterbacks in this league do that on a consistent basis. Because I want to, and guess what? They're going to be wrong at times. You come to the sideline, you get your tablet, sit down with your OC or whoever, and you go through it. And you tell them, hey, here's what I saw, here's why I did it. And then you work through whatever the issue was. But at some point in time, he's going to have to step up, put on his big Tommy Johns, and be the all-outright leader of this football team and get out here and play above the coaching. Because it doesn't seem like the preparation part of this thing coming into this game, there's no way this team wasn't prepared to play football. There's no way. There's no way that this team really came out. You guys are inactive that should have been active. If you knew that Amari Cooper was probably not going to play as well, maybe you should have activated another receiver. Maybe the guy that played behind him. How about you activate him? I'm just saying there's certain things. Look at this team you weren't prepared to go to New York and beat a very bad football team.
Let me ask you this. We talked earlier, I guess it might have been before the Redskins game or Dolphins game probably, that no matter how many times you show those guys those film and try to pump them up, they're going to say, that's a bad football team, and they're going to tune out and no big deal. Did they maybe do that this week?
Well when you're riding well.
But did they do that this week? Did they say, it's the Jets? We've seen this film. They average 9 points a game.
If they was 5-0, I would say yes. Mm-hmm. Not when you lost 2 games in a row.
And needed a win.
Okay. So then why did they come out flat?
The game is fluent the same way they came out flat in the first half, literally against the Saints, against Green Bay, and against this team. So why? They did it against it was most obvious in Miami. Why? Is it arrogance? Is it, okay, we good enough, we can come back? I mean, you got Atlanta, you got Atlanta, you got Cleveland, you got the Cowboys. All guys that's supposed to win their divisions because they were sitting on the Super Bowl run. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's the lack of preparation. Maybe it's the coaches. But guess what? You're losing. And you have lost, in my opinion, 2 games you should have won. Because the guys that beat you, I just say how. There's nowhere in the world. And I know it was Aaron Rodgers thinking, but it was with
Aaron Jones.
I'm like, really, fellas? An offensive line that ain't moved nobody in 8 years, moving our guys off the rock, running over them? No, I didn't see that one coming. And I didn't see this coming. Even though I kept saying in my mind, is we that good that we can just dismiss somebody? And now I got my answer. No, we're not that good. We're a middle of the road team trying to prove that we should be something special. Y'all know I was sitting there, man, like I'm already ready to go drive to Washington in the corner, man, plant my flag in the Seattle Stadium. So I was believing now. I had it all.
Let me ask y'all this. This has looked like a bad football team for definitely this week, probably for the last 3 weeks. Can this be fixed? You're 3-3.
Yes, sir.
We were 3-5 last year, still made the playoffs. Or is this so much wrong?
All right, so let's not use that theory. People are saying, "Oh, you're 3-5."
Yeah.
Well, you walked into that season last year handcuffed,
knowing the problem.
You knew the problem. Mm-hmm. You're right. You got psyched out by somebody in the offseason that said, "Yeah, we'll go with wide receiver by committee."
Right.
So you came in already knowing that you were already one hand behind your back. There is no Amari Cooper. You don't have no more first-round picks really to give away. Mm-hmm. There's no Amari Cooper sitting in a franchise that wants to get rid of him. People aren't going to just keep – you're not going to keep lucking up on the next Amari Cooper. See, last year when you were 3-5, there was you knew why it was, and you addressed it. Mm-hmm. This year, you thought you had all the pieces. You came out white hot, and then you start playing some real football teams.
That's what I'm saying. Can you fix it this year? Last year you could, you did.
The way you fix it, and this has nothing to do with the coaches. The way you fix it is each player has to hold his house accountable. You know what? At this point, and I think I told you guys that maybe it was you guys I told at lunch. I'm looking at y'all and saying, you know what, bro? You do your thing. I got some film over here. I need to find out what I'm doing wrong. I'm going to talk to my coach. You know, if we had that type of relationship. If we don't, then I'm going to work it out on my own. But I'm going to make sure my house is set right and fine.
Nah, see, I personally, it should be.
That's what I'm going to do.
It should be, no, Nate. No, Shannon. No, Kurt. Let's go. Where y'all going? We got film to watch. Let's go get this thing right. Yeah, I can sit it all day and watch film by myself and get myself right. But what does that mean? Because it's 11 individual battles happening at the same time in a collective form. So I need to get the whole house right. I need to get the whole crib right. Let's go, Nate. Let's go, Kurt. Let's go, Shannon. Let's go. Listen. Tell your wives, tell your baby mamas, tell your girlfriends, tell your autograph signings, whatever it is. Whoever's the leader of that house. Because everybody got something going on. Everybody got radio shows. Everybody got autograph signings. Everybody, all that stuff you got going on.
Sure is nice.
Nah, bro. You let them know you ain't gonna make it tonight. We need to right this ship right here. And the only way you do that is if everybody is a part of it. Because you can have 10 guys doing the right thing. You got 10 guys going the right way, and one guy go left, and sure enough, that other team will find where the guy went wrong, and doop.
See, the reason I'm going to take care of me first is because I could be that one guy that's going the other way. And I've always wanted to make sure my house was clean, because the very things you just said is the reason I don't think at this point there's nobody over there that can pull that team together for the 8 things you just listed. Everybody got their own radio show. Everybody got this together. Everybody got that. Everybody got this. And that's why you got to start with yourself. And what I mean by that is I'm hoping that you are a big enough stud that eventually you can get guys to go with you. Like you say Dak is a leader. They say Dak is a great leader. Okay, he may have that power, Jess, but I'm saying for me, I didn't have that power. But fortunate for me, the Troy Aikmans in the world, we ain't never have to question.
Right.
The Michael Irvins, we didn't have to question. The thing is, I question right now, what are the studs doing over there? Do they have that power to do what Jesse says? Do they, Shannon, you over there more than any of us, do they have that power? Is a Jason Witten that strong enough? Is a Sean Lee that strong enough to say, hey, man, I need y'all in these meetings with me? You know, and if not, it's going to come down to each individual guy. And then when we get on that field, let's go in the right way. And what I mean was our team was like what Jesse talking about. The 49ers wasn't like that. The 49ers was a bunch of individuals. Now, they liked each other and they admired each other. I'm talking when I played. But, they didn't need that, what Jesse's talking about. Our team kind of was like that because Big E will call the brother out. Mm-hmm. Hey, man, hey, Nate, look, bro, did you see this on film? Now, every team ain't like that. I don't know what this team is.
We'll be back. We want to focus. Mondays, we always just rehash the game. But the Eagles are coming this weekend.
No, we got them. We can talk about them all week. We got to get to number 3 on those
We'll get to number 3, but their coach had some pretty fire things to say this morning on a local radio station, and I want to get y'all's input on that. We'll get to number 3 on here, but I want to talk about what Coach Peterson had to say about these Dallas Cowboys when we come back on Hangin' with the Boys.
Before your next AT&T Stadium barbecue, gear up with OtterBox, the official outfitter of tailgating. It starts with the Venture Cooler. Built tough in America, Venture keeps ice for days and days. Or stay light on your feet with Trooper Soft Coolers, perfect for packing in your signature side dishes.
Tailgating wouldn't be complete without a beverage, so pour one into the OtterBox Elevation Tumbler. It keeps your drinks frosty and toasty. Discover more about OtterBox line of tailgate essentials at otterbox.com.
Now's a good time to tell you that SeatGeek is the new source of tickets for all your football needs this season. SeatGeek makes managing tickets easy, whether it's buying or transferring to a friend. They even tell you the best deals for every game based on their deal score technology, which rates every seat on historical data, price, and location. Download the SeatGeek app on your phone and take $20 off your first purchase using code DALLAS at checkout. SeatGeek. Life's an event. We have the tickets.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black? Right now, you can get the Jack Black Starter, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The starter includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites, plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/Cowboys and use the code word TEAMJB. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys. The Jack Black Starter, $10, free shipping.
The excitement of Dallas Cowboys football is back at AT&T Stadium.
The place is going crazy in Arlington, Texas.
Don't miss your chance to see the Cowboys live when they host their NFC East rivals, the Eagles, Giants, and Redskins, plus the Green Bay Packers and more.
Elliott works his way through and walks the dog.
Single game tickets are on sale now. Get them before they're gone.
First and goal, quarterback sneak. Prescott pushes up the middle. Touchdown.
Visit DallasCowboys.com to get your tickets today.
Back to Hangin' with the Boys.
We're back. I don't know. These aren't even the up-to-date live reads, so I'm just going to make something up.
Wing it.
Why don't you come out to the stadium, get you some Eagles tickets, and watch the Cowboys beat down the Eagles for first place.
Okay.
First place in the NFC East. How's
Is that what Coach Peterson said, that the Cowboys going to beat down the Eagles?
He did not.
Oh, okay.
He did not.
Okay.
He had some other choice words to say. He's pretty confident in his team.
Okay, I don't blame him.
So right now we're both 3-3 in the division.
Who has the lead? Whose name
the
is
Cowboys have more NFC wins right now, right? Isn't that right?
Yes.
Yeah, 2-0 to 1-0.
Yep.
So the Cowboys have the lead. The Eagles win. They'll be in sole possession. And there's going to be some 3-3 teams. There's going to be some 4-2 teams right now that are going to make the playoffs. There's going to be some 2-4 teams that make the playoffs.
Rams 3-3.
Rams are 3-3. They were 3-3 last year. Wound up going to the Super Bowl. So hope is not lost.
Kansas City lost 2 in a row.
They're still in the middle of it. But you lose this game. This is a division game. A conference game.
The Saints won big, y'all, and Green Bay definitely won big.
They were big, but as of right now, this is the biggest game that you've played.
Because it's the next game?
Here's what Coach Peterson had to say. Sorry,
that was ignoring me.
I am ignoring you. Here's what he said. This was on a local Phillies talk show station.
I know the sky's falling outside. Yes. It's falling, and I get that, and the fans are reeling just a little bit. But, we're going down to Dallas, and our guys are going to be ready to play. And we're going to win that football game, and when we do, we're in first place in the NFC East. We control our own destiny. We're right where we need to be. Has it been perfect or beautiful or all of that? No. But all we got to do is try to be 1-0 this week, beat the Dallas Cowboys. We're in first place. And listen, they're reeling too. I mean, they're struggling too. They've dropped their last 3 games. So this will be an exciting football game.
Let it play, man. Let that.
That's it. That's all he had to say. He just went on to say, we getting some people back.
I really would like to hear what he.
Nate. It's not that interesting, man. It's 30 more seconds of nonsense.
About Sunday, dog. I have to be. I am. I see when I watch the tape. I put the tape on and I go, okay, there's coachable moments and there's teachable moments on the tape that we can get better at as an offense and as a defense. And I'm also optimistic that some of our injured players in the secondary will make a return this week, and we'll see. But yeah, I got to stay positive, not only for myself, but for the guys in the locker room.
See,
that wasn't that interesting.
No, yes, it was.
Okay.
All of that goes hand in hand, and if we wouldn't have broke it up the way you did, see, you can't miss nothing the opponent is saying. If you're gonna listen to the first part, listen to all of it, so you can build up a full hate for them. They used to put clippings up. I used to go find what was before the clippings and behind the clippings. What inspired this dude? Something may have inspired this dude to have courage. But this dude wasn't inspired. He just brought it from the start.
There's two things I want to get y'all's opinion on. One is that's their coach saying the same thing that we're going through right now. They've got injuries. The sky is falling. We're reeling. So are the Cowboys. So every team in the NFL goes through this. It's just when it's your team, it's like, oh, no, this is the end of the season.
But the difference is he ain't preparing for us. He already told them that they're going to win. Right. He ain't preparing for us.
So that's my second point. As a player, does that do anything for you? Does that make you stay in the film? Does that do anything? Is there such thing as bulletin board material, especially when another coach comes out and tells you, we're going down there and we're whipping the Cowboys' ass?
For a great player that's sensitive, yeah, that may inspire him. The Michael Jordan's type is what I'm talking about, who can really affect the game. That may give him a reason to be like, because great players are quirky sometimes. But a guy like me, I really didn't start paying attention to that, because Fletcher Cox was all I needed. I was not going to let this man look out, girl. Come here, girl.
Oh, no.
Come here, girl.
Lindsey, run, Lindsey.
Hey, look, hey, I was not going to let somebody embarrass me in front. I had kids, and my kids understood football. My oldest boy be like, Daddy, they talking bad about you. I didn't want to hear that no more. That's my oldest boy's Trey. I'm like, nah, my pride was a little bit bigger than this team.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, I wasn't having it. And then I ain't want, and Charles Haley, we know Charles Haley, he wasn't going to let you live it down. I wasn't going to go through a week of that. So,
what about you, Jess? Bullet board material, such a thing?
For some.
Yeah.
But if you need anything to get you hyped for a divisional game against Philadelphia, you're in the wrong business.
I almost think that was just more for the fans. He's trying to.
But
bro, I would like to hear that again.
That's for his team.
Yeah, that's for his team. He's talking through the media.
Yeah.
Can we hear that first part again?
Because when you say, "Oh, we going down there to beat them,"
that's all that matters.
As a player for his team, I'm looking at that like, you know what, Coach? You damn right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I got your back.
Yeah.
All right, here's the first part of it.
Okay. Wow, I like that.
You like that? It was a good one.
I like it. Well, it's just the second half.
And I get that.
Here we go.
I know the sky's falling outside.
Yes.
It's falling, and I get that, and the fans are reeling just a little bit. But we're going down to Dallas, and our guys are going to be ready to play, and we're going to win that football game. And when we do, we're in first place in the NFC East. We control our own destiny. We're right where we need to be. Has it been perfect or beautiful or all of that? No. But all we got to do is try to be 1-0 this week, beat the Dallas Cowboys. We're in first place, and listen, they're reeling too. I mean, they're struggling too. They've dropped their last 3 games, so this will be an exciting football game.
This dude,
he turned the film on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he watched film last night
of the Cowboys game.
Oh, he watched.
Yeah. Come on, dog.
Oh, he watched.
Coach, yeah.
Oh, he looked at this shit.
Probably can tell you how many hairs on your head on the sideline.
He looked at film last night when they were home away yesterday. They didn't play yesterday, did they?
No, they got beat by the Vikings.
By the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
So they were coming back. Oh, he watched film. He watched film on the plane ride home, and he said, or last night, whenever he got in, he saw what we put out there, and he said, he probably texted Fletcher Cox too. He said, "You ready? You about to go to the Pro Bowl."
All right, let's get to point number 3. Nate's third focus. Kurt doesn't know what it was, but it was something. and then Jesse had players not showing up. What do you mean by that, Jesse?
Y'all two set me up to get fired again.
Nah, man.
Y'all trying to get me fired.
We don't have to set you up. You stay on this show for 10 more weeks. You'll take care of it yourself.
I was like you on a TV show last night. Okay.
Fan, that's why we need the Cowboys to win, so Jesse can be positive and not get himself fired.
Hey, listen, if I get fired, it was meant for me to happen. I still love you, DE. I still love you if you got to fire me, brother. I understand. Yeah. Where's the pride at? Where's the pride? Tank? Where's the pride at? Now, I'm done with the whole he's been doubled. Khalil Mack get doubled. Aaron Donald gets doubled. Fletcher Cox get doubled. Okay? I'm done with that. Where's your pride at? Jeff Heath? Where's your pride at, Cheeto? Where's your pride at, O-line? Where's your pride at, Dak? At some point in time, you gotta let you gotta let it hang, man. You gotta go out there and say, listen, this dude in front of me ain't gonna beat me. There has to be a level of pride when you go out there. Your mama watching. As they said, his son watching.
Yeah, my son watching. Oh, my God.
At some point in time, we got all the names. All the names. At every position, we got a name that's either been to the Pro Bowl or has been an All-Pro. At every position. At some point in time, pride has to kick in and say, you ain't going to do what you think you're going to do to me. Michael Gallup, come on, son. 3 balls you dropped yesterday? Come on, you can't have that. You're a professional football player. You're a wide receiver. They pay you to catch the football. Period. Can't have it. At some point in time, these players have to show up. Despite the coaching and all other kind of nonsense, sometimes there comes a point in time in a man's life where you got to be so prideful to say, that dude ain't beating me. This dude can't stop me. And you got to dog him, and you got to maul him, and you got to make him submit. Michael Irvin said it on one of his shows. He said, you beat a man by attacking his weakness. You break a man by attacking his strengths.
That's one of his favorites, bro.
You got the dogs. Like, you got to have some. There has to be a point in time when you got to look yourself in the mirror. When you go in before the game, there's always, right, you walk past. Most locker rooms in the National Football League, home or away, especially home, you've been in the Cowboys locker room, they got these big mural-sized mirrors in there. Walk past it every now and again. Look the man in the mirror and say, you got to show up today. You can't go out there and let that man do what he wants to you. That's an 0-4 football team. There's no way they should be on the football field with us. Guys got to show up. And more so, the guys that got big money contracts got to show up because they're paying you to be elite. So I don't want to hear about double teams. I'm done with that. It's over. No more excuses for that. Khalil Mack gets double teamed. Aaron Donald gets double teamed. They go make plays. You got to find a way. However you got to do it. You got to scratch, claw, bite, poke somebody in the eye, bend somebody's finger. Whatever you got to do, you have to find a way to win. Pride has to kick in. And if you got a bunch of dudes who making a bunch of money who don't have no pride, boy, that's a terrible investment.
Kurt.
No, I can't follow that.
No. I was going to ask you something. Don't crawl up in the fetal position and run over in the corner.
I am surprised to hear Jesse say that as a former player, because I think that's a fine line when you're talking about players' pride and their commitment. And all
what
that.
he's more so talking about is earn your keep, know who you are, know your position, and live up to it. You know, and that's all he's saying. You know. Charles Haley's been double teamed, but he found a way to beat it. D-Law, he ain't never been double teamed like this because it's extra effort now, so he's got to find a way.
Can that snowball in a locker room, that lack of pride or caring or effort?
That's why I said, you know, a lot of times he just came back to what I said earlier. It's about looking yourself in the mirror. Yeah. It's about you doing your job. And if you're big enough and have a persona to do it, then you go start grabbing in dudes. Come on, man, this is how I do it.
To answer your question, yes, especially when it comes from your leaders. When your leaders show up and they don't have any pride, you start looking around and going, well, shoot, he ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to play anyway. Because now, here's what's happening in the guys' heads, right? The backup guys are the guys who want to get more playing time. They go, well, shoot, man, look at this joke on film. That's what they give $90 million to? That's what they give $100 million to? All right. Cool. I'm just saying, at some point in time, you got to, you got to look at situations in the scenario and go, it's 4th and 2, and our coach is going forward. Terrible call, but I got to get a block.
Yeah.
I got to get a block.
Somehow, some way,
I got to get a block. Hey, guys, it's you know what I'm saying? It's 3rd down. We got to hold them. I got to get off. I got to break the play up. I'm not saying that you have to be the monster every single, but there comes to point in times in the game when you say, I got to insert the great ones do that. The great ones do that, right? When it comes time to make up, when it's a minute and 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter and you're down 4, Tom Brady he does one of these things right here and he goes, let's go. He goes and makes the play. Michael Irvin, when it was time to, hey, Troy, throw the bang 8. I don't care if Ronnie Lott's in the middle of the field. I'm going to catch it. There comes a point in time where the guy has to go and do the unthinkable because you're that guy. You're not a normal dude. Mm-hmm. I'm normal, abnormal. I'm normal, below normal type dude. The guys who are here, you have to go and make those plays when your team needs it. Whether it's a block or run or catch or throw or tackle or cover or whatever it is. When it comes to that point in the game, that's when the great ones, they kind of do one of these things right here. As JG would say, have a little itch in your neck, and they go, it's my time now. It's my time to go get it. D. Ware, come back from a broken neck. We need a sack. We need you to stop Drew Brees from killing us. Cool. Number 94 got you. Because I'm the best.
Do you think, obviously there's a lot wrong right now.
Yeah.
You think all is lost, or you think there's they can get this back on track?
Man. No, I think they can get back on track for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think they have the talent, and then maybe they need the want to. I don't know. Maybe that'll come along. But, yeah, I don't think by any means is season done.
Nate?
What's that, my friend?
Think it's too late? Think they can right the ship?
I'm with Jesse on one thing. Do not think this is the same team as last year.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the same team as last year. But one thing that I tell you that they can borrow from the team last year in that second half of the season is their enthusiasm and enjoyment for playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the first half, you do not see that enthusiasm and enjoyment in playing the game. They say in baseball you can't lose it early, but you can put yourself in a bad way to try to win it in the end. So what we're doing now, and I said this a couple of weeks ago when before your friend over there jinxed us, put us in this position. Remember when he said we 3-0 or we 3-1, but if we lose this next game, now we'll be 3-2. And what if Philly win? But I'm just saying, this is where he put us. That's where we at now.
Me, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't make enough money.
Snake bite.
If I have that kind of influence, I want more money.
I did. But I'm saying,
Kirby, you want me to lift this booty?
But he was the first guy I heard saying that, so I'm gonna give it to you because you was the first guy out of everybody. What you did was put some common sense behind it. I joke about it, but what he said was, "What if that do happen?"
Mm-hmm.
Like I said on the little radio station I work for, I said, "Man, what if we do lose to the Jets?" Everybody like, "Ain't no way in the world." Just like I told him, like, "Come on, Kurt, that's crazy."
Jesse, can they right the ship?
Yeah. A lot of football left, man. 11 more games left. Like we said before, you dig yourself in such a deep hole, you spend so much time trying to get out of it that you got nothing left when it matters at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
You got to win the game that you're supposed to win. And they let 3 go. You're supposed to beat a Drew Brees-less team. I'm sorry.
You supposed to beat Green Bay last week. But I'll say this just because I've always told people, and I told people yesterday, I say, man, the worst thing in the world that can happen is a team that you're supposed to put away early, come back and play you them last 30 minutes. They will put some bruises on you did not expect. Them dudes, I'm telling you, a lot of dudes limping.
Oh, Dak's limping.
That should not be limping because if you would have punished them early, you'd have took the fight out of them.
I tell you what, in the fourth quarter, I don't remember which player it was towards the end of the game.
I saw the play too, man.
And I had Jeremiah's telephoto lens. The only reason why I saw it because I stay on Dak.
Right.
Dude decleated him, put his shoulder right in his stomach. All 4 limbs was in the air, and then planted. I was like, he's not getting up. I thought he broke his ribs.
No.
It scared Dak so bad till he jumped.
But I'm telling you, this team has created doubt in themselves. And when you go into a game like Philly, the moment you don't succeed and they have success, you start looking around, you start saying to yourself, here we go again.
What's the difference between Philly and the Cowboys? And it's simple. Philly has been there, conquered that, so they can ride through it. Cowboys, been there, have never overtook it. Never. They've been to the crest of the mountain in every chance. The Colts, the Titans, the L.A. Rams, this team we just played, the team before that and the team before that, they have all put the Cowboys at the tip of the mountain, and they just cannot get over it. One time we did it last year, and that was against the Saints. One time. The Philadelphia Eagles have been there and have conquered it more than once. That's the difference.
I cannot wait for tomorrow because we are going to take calls all show long, and I want to hear what the fans have to say.
They'll be cheerful, I'm sure.
They might want to fire us by the end of the show.
I know
tomorrow.
one thing. I got an APB out on DeRoe, better known as 6'3" brand. If y'all see him, tell him Hanging with the Boys is looking for him.
Right now, his
seat is being threatened.
Yeah.
Hey, man. This dude.
Nate's trying to get Broadus on the show full time. 6'3", if you don't show up, that might happen.
Music? Do we got any of the 6'3" brand music? Play some.
Cream on the inside, cream on the outside.
All right, we got to go. Good seeing you.
6'3".
Jesse, thanks for bringing it.
6'3" brand, where you at,
Nate,
baby?
thanks for bringing
it. Where you
Kyle,
at, baby?
thanks for keeping us on the air. William, thanks for getting all the streams up.
You at your fourth after party?
Caden.
What up, Caden?
Thanks for staying away from the show.
We better get country back in here.
We will be back tomorrow with phone calls on Hanging with the Boys.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?